Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, a happy Saturday to you all. Happy weekends to you all. Hopefully, your weekend is off to a great start. Or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully you're having a great day nonetheless. Welcome to one of my favorite series here on the channel, OST Saturdays, our weekly roundup of OSTs that have dropped over the course of the past 7 days or thereabouts, depending on how we do things around here. I think OSTs are criminally slept on. And this is kind of my way of, dabbling into the world of OSTs, doing it properly, shall we say. We have got actually quite a good, fun, different spread of artists to go through today. We've got 4 songs on OST Saturday. We've got a little bit of Miss Hwiseo from H1-KEY. We've got Mr. Yeonjun from TXT. Mr. Hyunsang, the man with the voice of 1,000 divorces, and a brand new vocalist, Sungwoon, formerly of H1 to check out today. And a little bit of admin stuff. Long time or frequent visitors of OST Saturdays will know this, but since we're covering some new, fresh artists, I'll explain it again. I'm pretty sure all of the songs that we're going to listen to today have some form of official MV from the show that is attached to every single song. Unfortunately, thanks to the channel already getting a copyright warning strike, actually due to OST Saturday that we did last year, we're completely avoiding the MV in just their entirety this year. But if you want to watch the actual MVs themselves with the scenes from the show included, that'll be what's linked in the description below for the originals, so you can refer to those. But for me, I'm going to be listening to just the YouTube music album cover versions and stuff. So, let's get started, shall we? Roll intro! Now, let's get started sharpish because I'm getting a little bit of a later start than I would have liked to, and I have a lot of music to get through today. So, track number 1, this is Miss Hwiseo from H1-KEY with the song Starshine from DNA Lover. I believe we started the show in terms of the OST side of things last week in episode 29 and or 28. I forget which ones they were, but this is a show that isn't entirely brand new to us. But the fact that we've covered multiple songs from this is already great marks. So, let's see what Miss Hwiseo sounds like on this OST one time. And hello, Mr. Sungwoon. Wee bit loud. Love hearing this kind of gentler Hwiseo vocal, especially following some of the more recent H1-KEY stuff. And the Hello 82 duet she did with Suwa from Dreamcatcher. Oh, build it. Hello electric guitar in here as well. Nice release. Nice warm release. Getting firmer on the vocals too. Oh, hello, head voice flip. Nice. Oh, long post-chorus too. And then back to that acoustic formula. Okay. Yeah, it's got a nice, terrific warmth to it. Oh, but this time we get the electric instruments coming in early. What's I think really cool about that second verse is you can tell that everything has kind of been bumped up a notch in terms of like that power and volume side of things. I'm loving all the little short head voice flips that she's throwing in there. I feel like that specific range really showcases Hwiseo's unique vocal color. I was hoping for a little cymbal roll there to finish, but you know what, that's okay. Ooh. Right at the end, we got the song to sparkle a little bit. Very, very nice, simple, easy way to start the OST Saturday episode. I think Hwiseo for me is one of those vocalists, especially out of 4th gen, that very much is just so immediately identifiable because of her vocal color. Like, you can blindly pop on a high-key song and know immediately it's a high-key song, primarily because Hwiseo's vocal is so immediately identifiable. But what oftentimes happens with OSTs from like an individual member from a group setting is that they're going to be kind of let off the leash a little bit in their solo form, so to speak. If you look at a lot of songs from those with really powerful vocals, say, A-Pink's Eunji, Jung Eunji, her vocal very much takes kind of like an unlimited approach, like no limiter, no suppression, just full send 100% type vocal, and that's immediately different considering that, she herself has explained that when she's in the A-Pink setup, she has to kind of tone the vocals back a little bit so as to not overpower the rest of the group and the song itself. With Hwiseo, and maybe this is like this specific song, but this still very much feels like high-key's Hwiseo. Like, she's singing in a style for me that is very much reminiscent of what high-key's Hwiseo sounds like, rather than just individual member Hwiseo sounds like. And I think that's really cool, because what I love about Hwiseo's voice in that high-key setup is exactly portrayed in like a one-for-one similarity in her solo form. And like, not many soloists can do it like that direct. There's going to be a little bit of difference, but for me, this sounds exactly like what I would hear on a high-key track with, Soi and Nina and Yell. They're just not here on this song. But it still feels like they could be on this song. You know what I mean? That's very cool, though. Right. Wait a minute. Songmin! Moon Songmin, are you in this show? Oh, hold on. I'm gonna pull up a new tab on this side while we get the song started. This is song number 2, Mr. Yeonjun of Tubatu. If I read correctly, isn't there kind of a rumor, or is it confirmed that he's making a solo drop at some point soon? That's very exciting indeed. And also, TXT solo era already feels like it's happening so quickly. But Mr. Yeonjun with the song Boyfriend for the drama Cinderella at 2 a.m. Now, we will be coming back to this show immediately after this. We've got a double up from this show. But Mr. Yeonjun, let's see what you've got while I figure out if this is who I think it is on the cover. Oh, it is! Oh, very cool.
Sometimes it doesn't feel so right. 몇 번을 노력해도 맘처럼 안 돼 계속. I think I'm losing my whole mind. It must be one of us making two of us.
Nice pace. Nice pluckiness to it.
why you looking at me like I'm your boyfriend?
Oh,
Boyfriend?
what a
Why you looking at me
release.
like I'm your boyfriend? Boyfriend? Why you looking at me like I'm your boyfriend? Boyfriend?
It's got a great pace to it. Not an overpowering release, but a nice firm one. Kind of like pulsates a little bit.
Will you stay here till the sunrise? 매일 밤 곁을 지킬게.
This really gentle reset for the verses. With all the reverb, love the soundstage we have here. And then the nice snappy kind of beat comes in. And I love that we get that kind of vocal transition part in between pre-chorus and chorus. Makes it so smooth. And that nice kind of stack we got going with the background vocal. Yeah, that grooves so nicely. And I'm already liking where the bridge is going. Switch up the melody, have an ascending melody line for the final chorus. Hello, top line. Ooh, love that we kind of accentuated that top end there. I didn't realize the instrumental was actually this plucky. Like, I knew it was plucky, but I didn't realize it was that plucky. But, ooh, that's very nice. It's got a certain charm to it that's really satisfying to listen to. It's easy to listen to as well. Like, you don't have to really do anything else apart from hit play and listen to it. Like, for me, this is kind of one of those everyday songs where I can listen to it really any time of the day I want in any application. I'll be very satisfied listening to it. It's got a really nice, not too fast, but it's got a nice pace to it that you can kind of have an extra pep in your step as you're walking along listening to this song. It's also not like a super bright and heavy song, you know, like kind of an in-your-face bright song. It's not emotionally heavy either. It's just nice and light on its feet. It kind of skips across the beat a little bit and just kind of flows along, and it's really nice. And I like the fact that for a majority of the song, we kind of get that lower Yeonjun vocal, and then when we get into his higher register for, say, the choruses or that bridge and the final chorus, we don't get like that kind of louder vocal like we got from kind of, you know, Chasing That Feeling era, and it's a little bit more of that softer, tamer high vocal, and I quite like that vocal of his. He's got a certain airiness to it when he gets up there that kind of tickles my ears in a really nice way. Oh, good OST, really good OST. And Mr. Moon Sangmin, did not realize you were doing main acting role right now. That's very neat. He's one of the two bank presidents or MCs on Music Bank alongside Miss Hong-eun-che or Miss Man-che. Took over from E. Chaemin just a little bit earlier on in the year. He's also on Duty After School, which was the only K-drama I watched last year. Cool stuff. Good to see you, sir. Also, well done, Yeonjun. I really like that. Hopefully, if that solo debut does happen, well, one, I'm very much looking forward to it, but hopefully we get a B-side or two that kind of has this kind of chiller but also fun vibe to it, because it suits his voice really well. I like it. And we continue with the same show, Cinderella at 2 a.m. with Mr. Hyunsang. If you are not familiar with the boy Hyunsang, he has got a gorgeous vocal, but you give him an emotional ballad and he will go immediately for the heartstrings because he sings like he's gone through a million divorces. And that's, we covered Hyunsang and by extension some Hopi Pola stuff. We did a lot of them last year when I was like getting into the whole K-band thing through Hopi Pola and Lucy. But his voice is gorgeous. He has one of my favorite kind of soft and sappy songs called La Puta off of his Time and Trace album, which is absolutely gorgeous. I listen to it whenever I'm on the plane. It's very kind of not thematic, but it's a very kind of scenario-wise very appropriate for flying on an airplane type song. But sailing, let's see what this song is like. If it's kind of ballady-esque, and I also just noticed we're doing this out of order. Hyunsang should have gone first, but that's okay. If this is ballady, it's over for me.
난 지금 바다 위에 떠다니는 자그만 배 따스한 바람 따라 너에게 닿을 때까지 지나왔던 곳은 어느새 아득해져 잊혀지고
Peep the vocal stacks.
내 손에 나침반은 빙글빙글 돌아가네 You're my only one shining star 저기 멀리서
It's definitely going along a calmer route, but it's not that dark, emotionally heavy ballad of his that I really like either. Ooh. Hello, vocal chops. But we're still retaining a whole bunch of that acoustic guitar. Is the second instrumental, or the instrumental in the second verse, firmer than it was in verse 1? It's a felt punchier on the way coming in. Again, is another song that's got a very nice kind of release to it on the chorus drop. Love the octave stacking. Love that we're getting that high Hyunsang chest voice now. He's getting up there again. Love the vocal only start there. I heard some bells in there. Give me the bells again. I really like the bells. Oh, and we got the post-chorus again. I thought maybe we kind of finished with that, but we're gonna keep her going. And what a nice finish, the way where they just take out one slice at a time and just let the song naturally kind of come back down the ground there. Oh, very nice. It's a very Hyunsang coded song, I feel like. It's very soft on the ears, it's got a warmth to it, but it's also got some firmness in places that you want it to. But what really works for me is the balance of the acoustic and the digital throughout this song. Like, you've got the vocal chops and you've got the electric bass, but you've got the perpetual acoustic guitar in there, and then his vocal is pretty much on, you don't have any digital filtering going on, you don't have any effects going on. Like, you have acoustic and electric, but it's not acoustic v electric, it's acoustic and electric, inclusive, not completely separated from each other. And the way it slowly just kind of not merges together in a way, but it's a constant back and forth motion of which side you get more of. Like, do you get more electric bass and more electric guitar involved? Do you get more acoustic guitar? Do you get more vocal going on? And it's that constant oscillating motion of which side do you get more of. It keeps the song sounding very fresh and still also sounding very kind of light and gentle all throughout. There's nowhere in the song where it feels like it's meant to, kind of hit your eardrums, so to speak. It's there, and it creates the atmosphere, listening environment around you, and it's very pretty. That vocal-only moment to start off the final chorus was absolutely chef's kiss, mainly because I love his vocals so much. So that was great. Love a little bit of a Hyunsang number. He sounds terrific on an OST. And then one final song. This is Mr. Ha Sungwoon. I don't think we've checked out any of his music in the past, or at least on the channel before. But after doing a very, very surface level, like, I read the opening blurb on Wikipedia, essentially. Former 1-on-1 member going solo. I'm pretty sure he had a release earlier on this year. I'm also pretty sure he was part of the original Dream concert lineup that was supposed to be in Saitama this year, that got postponed and now relocated to South Korea, which makes me not able to go, which is very sad because I had tickets for both days on the show, but that's besides the point. We continue anyways. This is a song, What Are We, from the drama Love Next Door. Forget which dramas we checked out last week. I don't know if the show was on it or not, but I got to check out a new voice, and in OST form, oftentimes get a little bit of a different flavor of their kind of vocal color, so to speak. So I'm very excited to learn some things.
버린 비밀 습관처럼 붙어있던 날들 난 의미가 필요해. So what are we?
Oh wow, that release was a lot more of like a balloon than I thought it was going to be. There's potential for this to become a very kind of power ballady song here. It's light to be a power ballad, but it's definitely got that rock ballad vibe to it. I'm here for it. Apologies for me kind of getting distracted. My group, my research group chat, for some reason, is very busy right now. Even though I told everyone that I won't be able to help anything. My bad. Hello, expansion. This song is doing things I'm not expecting it to do. That release, though, is gorgeous. The way it, like, so softly opens up. It's not meant to be like a big release hit. Hello, head voice. That is what I'm talking about. That is a way to finish a bridge. Love a cheeky cymbal roll. Wow, that high tone of his is gorgeous. Oh, I was not ready for that song. I was not ready for it. From a compositional point of view. I was not ready for it from a vocalist point of view, and I was not ready to enjoy the song as much as I did. It's gorgeous the way all the songs that we've covered today have very much had a warmth to them, which for OST Saturday is a little bit rare. We oftentimes will get a couple of kind of emotionally heavy songs thrown in there, but all of them have just felt really nice and warm, which is a great time. Like, sure, I'm one of those people that likes to listen to a really sappy ballad, especially when I'm in a really kind of sappy sad boy hours type mood, because of the fact that I find it very cathartic to attack like down bad emotions with even more down and bad emotions in the form of music. But what are we especially has such a gentle just it's like watching the sunrise just above the horizon, and like the hours before sunrise properly comes around, the sky starts to get a little bit lighter. Maybe it goes like, purpley, orangey, depending on, what type of weather you're going to get that day. And then you see the sun, a big ball of fire just crest over the horizon, and that warmth you get, not in just the lighting, but where you're standing. If you've ever seen a sunrise happen in amongst nature in person, when the sun peers over the horizon, the air temperature completely changes. You feel that warmth creep over. That's what this song's chorus does to me. It's that gentle, and the growth, the point that it grows to, that chorus release, is so nice and full and rich, but it does it in a way that's so smooth and so gentle and so gradual that if you can't help but let it just kind of take you. It's such a natural way to release it. It's not meant to be this boom, big firm hit. It's supposed to kind of gradually spill over, and that spillover sensation is so spot on for the type of song that this is. Wow. Oh wow, that was gorgeous. I may have to keep an eye out on Mr. Sungwoon moving forward, because that is a voice and a half. And I mentioned right before we started listening to the song that when we get to check him out in OST setting, it's going to be a little bit different from what we get on his normal studio release stuff. But if I like the OST side of his voice, I'm pretty much guaranteed to like his studio side as well. So I may have to, take a gander at some of his solo music in my free time whenever I get some, or just kind of take an adventure through Spotify or watch some other people react to his studio releases or his MVs and stuff, because he's got a very cool voice that's very much me coded. So I love that. This entire block of OSTs this week was really good. They're slightly shorter than previous years that we've done this, or kind of just last year. That's kind of a time constraint thing, but even with the time constraint, even with only doing 4 songs, the quality hasn't dropped at all. Surprised at the trends we're getting, because I'm pretty sure we had a non-ballad week at last week. Now we've got a very warm sounding OST Saturday to bring in number 30, and I think it's great. And part of me is curious to know like what these shows are about, because I'm one of those people that, same with like Disney films and stuff, I'm very familiar with the OST or like the soundtrack, but I've never seen the films. Like Lion King, I'm familiar with the music, never seen it. And I mean, most of the classic Disney films I've never seen, I know the soundtrack to. Same with musicals as well. I'm just that kind of person. I really like the music. And with K-dramas, it's exactly the same way. I love the music. Haven't touched, like, I watch like maybe 1 or 2 shows a year at that, if that. Haven't even watched a K-drama this year yet. So maybe I'll have to choose one out of the handful of series we've covered on OST Saturday this year. Who knows? But I'm just waffling at this point. I'm going to wrap it up here before I go on an even longer tangent and run out of time to do the rest of the album. So, thank you all for listening along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today. Let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world. Whether it be, checking in with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.